Hey, this is Jen Freeman. Hope this video finds you well. And I wanted to talk to you today about doing less and how doing less is actually more. So when I first started Qigong, one of the phrases that I heard from my teacher was do less. I heard it over and over, but it didn't really sink in for a good 4 or 5 years. That what he meant by doing less was do less of all the things that don't actually need to be done for any action to take place. So if we think about a little kid when they're learning to write in school, first learning micro movements or precise movements with the pen, they'll lock down their whole shoulder, their arm, their ribs. They don't know how to move the wrist or how to do those small movements that are being asked of them. So they do a ton of extra things in order to get that wrist to move, to get that hand to begin the very beginnings of learning what we call cursive. So in our lives, we do very similar things. When we don't know what to do, we tend to just do and do a lot of things in the hopes that somehow in that doing, the doing will get done. Now, of course, when I say it to you like this, it sounds silly, like, of course, we know that, we wouldn't do it. But this is something on a nervous system level that we do this. So learning in your life to pay attention and to strip away from actions, even ideas, like pare away, much like a great editor with a writer will help them pare away the extraneous information that will allow their idea to shine forth, that will allow their prose to really sing so people want to engage with it. Similarly, in your life, look in the areas where you tend to have a lot going on or tend to not get things done in the way you would like to. And break it down and look at maybe you're doing a whole bunch of extra stuff before you actually get the thing done. A classic one for this is when people have writer's block or where they're basically doing something creative and they have a hard time settling. So suddenly it's time to clean the sock drawer, suddenly it's time to do the dishes, right? It's a sense of like all this other stuff has to get done before the thing that actually has to get done. But this is where you can actually be like, all right, what's the essence of this action? Like what truly needs to get done at this time? And it sounds silly, again, deceptively simple and small. But when you look at how much energy and time we waste in doing too much, when you look at the resistance we create in our lives by putting out too much energy or effort, and there's nowhere to go and it just comes right back on us. So learning how to be simple, easy, do less, it goes along with the Wu Wei saying that doing nothing, everything gets done. And again, from this perspective, you could add in that the idea of the efforting, the idea that you, like the kid trying to learn to write, locking down half his entire body to do it, or a good portion of his body, he's efforting. Where once you understand the movement, then you can simply sit there and move your wrist, move easily. So that's my invitation to all of us. Where in our lives are we doing too much, and where should we do less? Where actually, if we relaxed in our lives, will we be allowing things to flow so much easier and giving ourselves the space to discern what actually is the critical action that needs to take place. It's a big inquiry, a lifelong one really. So, but like anything, you begin with the first step. So wishing you a wonderful month. And as always, you can reach me at jenniferlfreeman.com. Aloha.